Chapter 3, Enhanced Curriculum with Materials. Materials are the bones of curriculum. They are the foundation of teaching and learning. Materials support program values. Materials frame the possibilities of learning. They reflect your values as a teacher and the views of the children. Materials are a gift to the children's learning and development. So when selecting materials, teachers should be mindful and deliberate. They should search for materials that the children love. They should present the materials in a beautiful way, and they should anticipate the children's actions from their observations of the children in the past. Teachers also need to remember that children bring their own ideas and passions to the materials. Historically, it's taken a while to develop perspectives regarding materials. Early advocates for children focused on materials with multiple uses in multiple domains. Froebel said that the use all of the children's senses when you select material, so all 5 of those senses, provide hands-on opportunities, provide interactions with nature and natural objects, and that play is a crucial part of the learning process. Steiner said providing opportunities to truly create is extremely crucial in children's learning. Montessori said the child should choose their own materials. Pratt promoted the use of open-ended materials like unit blocks. Aspect 1 of your Chapter 3 focuses on examining the elements and possibilities in materials. Children use materials to explore and learn about the world. They use materials to form mental representations or pictures of materials, objects, and the world around them. They use materials to discover relationship between objects, and from that develop relationships with ideas. And they use materials to assimilate and accommodate new information. So let's explore what assimilate and accommodate mean. These concepts come from Piaget, whose theory focuses on cognitive development. And Piaget says that whenever we acquire knowledge, it's organized into schemes or schemas, and these are ideas and pieces of information we organize just like we organize folders in a file drawer. Disequilibrium occurs when new information is discovered. Adaptation occurs in order to organize new information. And we can organize that new information in 2 ways. We can assimilate the new information by placing it with current like schemas or schemes. And we can remember that because like starts with L and assimilation has an L in the center of it. Or we can accommodate, and that would be, accommodation is changing our current schemas to fit the new information or completely creating new schemas. And we can remember that because accommodation has 2 C's, so changing and creating new. Once we adapt, we come into a state of equilibrium, which occurs when all the information is organized through adaptation. So then Principle 1, under Aspect 1, states select materials with an enhanced view of children. So how teachers view children affects what materials they offer and how materials are used. Typical toys and materials today have limited options for use, and these are the kinds of materials that they advertise on television or that you see most often available for purchase in the store. They really have little opportunities for children to explore and discover. They don't tap the desire to learn, practice, and explore. Children acquire information from what is offered to them, and we need to offer open-ended materials with lots of options of how children can use them. Principle 2, invent new possibilities for familiar materials. Become an inventor and explore yourself, looking for new possibilities of how materials can be used. Observe and learn from how the children use materials. That can help promote our own creativity and foresight into new possibilities. Principle 3, draw on the aesthetic qualities of materials. Look for the beauty that appeals to the senses in materials. Beauty will invoke curiosity, surprise, inspiration, information, and tranquility. Principle 4, choose materials that can be transformed. So select open-ended materials with lots of possibilities. The children will transform open-ended materials to what they need and what they're interested in. And this promotes divergent thinking, or many possibilities and alternatives. Principle 5, provide real tools and quality materials. This helps the children feel respected and taken seriously, and make sure that we provide information on how to use real tools effectively and respectfully, and how to take care of those materials and real tools. Principle 6, supply materials to extend the children's interests. So observe the children with an open mind. Notice details of their interests. Don't just look shallowly, but look at the details of what they're doing. Consider their family life and culture to determine where their ideas might be coming from, and try things out yourself. Principle 7, layer materials to offer complexity. Gradually add materials to extend their exploration. Encourage the children to dig deeper and really observe closely what they're doing, and gain your inspiration and ideas for this complexity from the children's explorations and ideas. So aspect 2, arrange materials as invitations for focus and attention. Invite children to use materials by how they're set up. Children look for clues from adults in the environment to guide them. And if the materials are carefully chosen and beautifully presented, children will respond thoughtfully and in a caring way. And look to your chapter with all of the beautiful photos in that chapter that you're going to be observing and analyzing for your assignment number 2 for what they mean by invite the children with how your materials are set up. When materials are broken or have missing parts, children get the message of lack of care and attention. So make sure that we teach the children respect for materials and how to use the materials appropriately and safely and respectfully. So there are 9 principles related to aspect 2. So create orderly and beautiful arrangements. Human beings are drawn to order and beauty, and this will help the children focus in on actively exploring and discovering. Provide a background for the materials, and focus the eyes and contains the use. It presents how they might be used. Store diverse materials in matching containers. This avoids clutter and provides organization and really categorization by the children. Number 4, group together similar items with different attributes, and this helps the children to notice differences between materials and also similarities. Number 5, give attention to size, scale, and levels. Place similar items on different surfaces and at different levels to focus attention, and also to help the children zero in on certain aspects of materials. Number 6, arrange materials to suggest how they might be used. But don't worry if they go another direction. Really, it's about the children's interests and how they explore and discover. Number 7, reposition materials to spark a new interest. So materials that the children are familiar with can be presented in different ways to spark a new focus of attention. Different locations can also draw new attention. Number 8, display books and other visual representations with the materials, and this gives an opportunity for the children to dig deeper and find out more about the topics. And lastly, number 9, offer collections of materials to highlight learning domains. So we'll further explore aspect 1 and aspect 2 in your assignment number 2.